If I were to ask you what country consistently invests more money in US real estate than any other country, what would you probably guess? Well, today, a lot of people would probably think that China has consistently invested more money in US real estate than any other country in the history of the world. But the reality is, for many years, Canada has actually invested a lot more money in US real estate than China did. Now, probably every 7 or 10 years, there's another country that everyone freaks out because they say, oh, they're buying up all the US property. I mean, in the 80s, it was Japan. Right now it's China. But I wanted to take a second to look at the hard numbers as to who's actually investing what in US real estate. Now, my coworker, Cody Carmen, who is one of our writers for us at our real estate school, is currently doing his master's at NYU. But I was looking through some of his old work here recently, and I came across a foreign investment in US real estate article that I wanted to record a video on because I realized I'd never done one. Now, if you look at, let's say, 2015, we're still getting the 2016 numbers in, but I'm going to take a second and talk about the 2015 foreign investment levels in US real estate. Now, to fully understand this, we have to break down whether you're looking at residential or commercial investment. In 2015, foreign investment in commercial real estate accounted for about 17% of all commercial real estate transactions throughout the United States. That's a lot of money. 17%, again, of all the money that was invested in commercial real estate in the United States was from a foreign country. From April 2014 to March of 2015, foreign investment in residential real estate was 8% of all the dollar volume throughout the United States, according to the National Association of Realtors. For 2015, $105 billion was invested in residential real estate throughout the United States. So foreign investment in US real estate plays a significant factor for the health and vibrancy of our real estate economy. Now, China was the number one investor in residential real estate throughout the United States. From a commercial real estate perspective, though, Canada brought in 3 times as much money to invest in commercial real estate throughout the United States than China did. A natural question would be, well, why are foreign investors purchasing US real estate? Well, a lot of people around the world anyway, view the United States as a safe haven for investment, and it's a hedge against maybe political instability in other countries. One challenge, though, at least more from a residential real estate perspective that a lot of foreign investors have, is how do you obtain financing? Now, there are some banks like East West Bank and Sterling Bank that have programs that are kind of geared toward foreign investment in US real estate, where they're portfolio products, meaning that the bank lends their own money to these foreign investors and they don't sell those loans in the secondary market. But oftentimes these banks won't require, let's say, tax returns or a taxpayer identification number or whatever it is. So there are options for foreign investors seeking financing to purchase US real estate. What's interesting is that unlike some other countries, the United States actually has no restriction, for the most part. I mean, of course, there's anti-terrorism laws and money laundering laws, but generally the United States doesn't have any restriction on foreign investment in US real estate. Now, a lot of people that hear that say, well, that's not right. I want to make sure that only Americans buy US real estate. And I understand the patriotism, but let me put this to a test. Let's say you're selling your house, I don't know, it's $900,000. A person from another country offers you $920,000. A domestic person offers you $890,000. I wonder, if you dig deep into your soul, I wonder if you'd still be okay selling the home to the US person if it meant less money for you. And the foreign investment in US real estate is particularly felt in the high-end markets. 1 in 14 homes sold in 2015, over $1 million, was sold to someone from China. So this is an interesting aspect as to how the Chinese economy and Chinese money influences the overall real estate market. And this is particularly true in the high end. Now, there's a lot of ramifications for this foreign investment in US real estate, particularly because in many markets, they're being driven by foreign investment. So if this foreign investment dries up, or the foreign owners of domestic real estate in the United States decide it's time to move that money into other asset classes, we could see an increase in supply potentially, which could put downward pressure on prices. Now, Cody did an excellent job with this research. I'm going to link up in the description box his full analysis of foreign investment in real estate, along with all the sources and articles online as to where we got some of these statistics. If you have any questions or comments, our information is at the bottom of the screen. We would love to hear what you have to say. Is foreign investment in real estate a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Will it continue? How will it affect the market? And will this foreign investment ultimately mean a softening in the real estate market if these foreign investors decide to sell their U.S. assets? Talk to you guys soon. As always, if you're interested in learning more about real estate classes, again, our information is at the bottom of the screen. We'd love to hear from you. Talk to you guys soon.